buenas noches y sean bienvenidos de nuevo al canal. Les advertimos que durante el videoprograma de hoy les mostraremos grabaciones reales de los casos investigados por Ed y Lorraine Warren, en las que se basa la obra cinematográfica de The Conjuring. Únanse a nosotros en este inquietante viaje para descubrir qué terrorífica realidad se esconde tras estas aclamadas películas.
It came off the floor, or nearly a half inch, I should say, and I saw it slide off to the right, about 3.5 to 4 feet before it came to rest. I checked to see whether or not it could possibly have slid along the floor. I placed a marble on the floor to see whether or not the marble would go in the same direction as the chair did, and it didn't roll at all. I checked for wires under the cushion of the chair, and I could find no explanation at all.
The same question as I asked earlier. How many voices are there?
600.
600 the voices.
I know the joke.
How many really are there, Margaret?
I think so far we've had 10
3.
sensible voices, but the rest of the names are absolute rubbish.
I was going to ask.
Knock 1 for no and 2 for yes. Are you a male spirit? 1 for no and 2 for yes. That's 2. You are a male spirit. Did you used to live in this house? You did. Was it more than 50 years ago? Yes. Did you die in this house? Did you pass on? You did pass on in this house. Now, why are you here? Are you unhappy? You're not unhappy.
Corría el año 1942, cuando Ed Warren y Lorraine Moran se conocieron en el Teatro Colonial de Bridgeport, lugar donde trabajaba Ed y que Lorraine frecuentaba con su madre. Por aquel entonces, ambos rondaban los 16 años de edad. Este singular matrimonio sería conocido como los Warren, investigadores estadounidenses de fenómenos paranormales, viéndose involucrados en auténticos casos de terror y pesadilla, como el de la muñeca Annabelle, poseída, según Ed y Lorraine, por un ente demoníaco que la hacía moverse por toda la casa, utilizándola como un conducto o medio para aterrorizar, hacer sucumbir la voluntad y, por último, poseer a las 2 compañeras de piso que reclamaron la ayuda de los Warren, pues aquella muñeca había convertido sus vidas en un auténtico infierno. Esta muñeca, también conocida como Annabelle Higgins, se encuentra expuesta a día de hoy en el Museo de los Warren, situado en Connecticut. Existen otros muchos casos en los que la pareja de investigadores se vio involucrada, como es el caso de Obligado por el demonio, en el que se basa la última película de la franquicia y que desde este canal les aconsejamos notablemente, pues la hemos podido sufrir en las salas de cine con el corazón en un puño. En el caso de Obligado por el demonio, corría el año 1981 cuando Ed y Lorraine fueron llamados para lidiar con la supuesta posesión del hermano menor de la prometida de Arn Johnson. Pero tras expulsar al demonio que supuestamente atormentaba al niño, la entidad se introdujo en el cuerpo de Arn Johnson. La cuestión es que pocos días después del exorcismo del menor, Johnson asesinó a su casero, Alan Bono. Durante el juicio, Johnson intentó librarse de la culpabilidad, alegando posesión demoníaca, pero no fue aceptada por el juez. El caso fue descrito en el libro de 1983 titulado The Devil in Connecticut, escrito por Gerald Bright. También cabe destacar que a finales de 1977, los Warren investigaron el caso de un poltergeist en Enfield, al norte de Londres, cuyo caso afectó principalmente a una niña de 11 años, Janet, la cual estaba siendo usada por un ente maligno. El caso sufrió varias complicaciones debido a la incredibilidad y estupor que causaban las pruebas. Esta historia fue la inspiración para la película Expediente Warren 2. Desde el canal Misterios, Monólogos y Conspiraciones les deseamos una feliz velada, en la que los muñecos de su hogar no se muevan por las estanterías, en la que no se despierte a medianoche hablando lenguas extrañas, o su perro ladre en dirección a un rincón oscuro de la habitación, mientras retrocede con la cola sujeta entre las piernas.
Now, what happened in this bedroom?
Well, I heard a noise downstairs. I come up, and there was the eldest girl on the floor. But the other one's missing. So, I look under this bed, I look under this one, and as I stand up, I see it. There she is, across this radio, one leg in the air, and her head hanging down. Just to prove that I wasn't mad, I yelled for my wife to come up to see what I've just seen. But she was asleep.
Lorraine Warren es la protagonista real de la historia del Conjuro. Y estamos con ella. Lorraine, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations for the story, because it's amazing.
Yes.
But let's go to the beginning. How did you discover your gift?
I was about 7 years old, and I was being educated in private Catholic girls' schools. And I began to see lights around people. I didn't know what those lights were. And I told one nun, "Your lights are brighter than Mother Superior's." What lights? Oh, private Catholic schools. And so I had to go for penance, go in and pray. And so I didn't realize what I was seeing. And what I was seeing was auras, the auras of people. Now, the auras of people depict who you really are, not what you project, but who you really are. You're good. You are good right now, I'm telling you. And I see that around people. Sometimes I see it around pets. It's beautiful. It's really absolutely beautiful. Now, when I go in to investigate homes, to go where haunting phenomena is taking place, such as this case in Rhode Island, then it's very helpful.
Yeah.
That I can see and realize what is going on at that time. Now, why I have this gift, I really don't know. There's nobody in my family at all that understood. And it was hard for me. It was very, very difficult.
There was difficult living with this gift.
Yes, because nobody understood what I was talking about. What lights?
Yeah.
What lights? I don't see lights around anybody, And so I sometimes had to keep it to myself,
Yeah.
And then I married my husband. I married Ed, a very dear man, the only guy I ever dated. And I met him, and he didn't understand me. So I had to keep that to myself for a very long time. I'll tell you, the best thing I really ever did was to go out west and with Dr. Thelma Moss and Dr. Johnson. And they put me in this kind of a cabinet to test my ability.
Yeah.
And I came out very high, above average. I didn't care about getting a report back from it. I knew who I was. I didn't need to prove it to myself. But then I gained more confidence, like going in and investigating homes and the haunting phenomena that was going on and why it was going on.
In this case, do you remember what was your first impression when you meet the family?
It was terrible. It was very upsetting to me because these 6 little kids and the mother and the father had his job was in New York City, and these family is in Rhode Island, and it was very. And I remember going down like in the basement because my husband had gone down there with a professor that wanted to see what was going on, and he had never experienced anything like that, and he wanted to see it for himself. So he went down. So I walked down, and he was having a conversation with this man, and so I walked upstairs, and as I walked up this creaky stairs to go to the next level, there was a room that was there was no windows on 3 sides, and there was a window just down. And I looked in the corner, and there was this gross-looking thing that it scared me, and I blessed myself, and said, in the name of Jesus Christ, go back to where you came from. Yeah.
You're very kind, and the last question is very important. Do you see something around me?
No, I don't. You got a very good aura.
Oh, thank you very much.
So you seem. Let me ask you. You're a family man.
Yeah.
And you're a good one, and you believe in God.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you, my dear.